September 2026 has already marked a sorrowful period in the entertainment, political, sports. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day. Before we begin the video, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. And cultural worlds, as the passing of several notable figures has left fans, colleagues, and communities mourning. From the bright lights of Hollywood to the quiet influence of humanitarian leaders, the week brought news of losses that will resonate far beyond their immediate circles. Each life celebrated not only their accomplishments, but also the indelible marks they left on society, creating a legacy that continues to inspire reflection and remembrance. Among the names that dominated the headlines this week is a legendary Hollywood actor whose career spanned decades, captivating audiences with unforgettable performances that ranged from intense dramas to beloved comedies. Their dedication to their craft earned numerous accolades, including lifetime achievement recognitions, and their influence helped shape modern cinema in ways that will be studied and appreciated for generations. Fans took to social media to share memories of performances that moved them, recounting scenes that brought laughter, tears, and introspection, while co-stars and directors reflected on the actor's unwavering professionalism and warm presence on set. Another heart-wrenching loss came from the music industry, where a singer-songwriter known for a distinctive voice and socially conscious lyrics passed away unexpectedly. Their songs often addressed themes of resilience, identity, and hope, resonating with fans across continents and generations. Tributes poured in from fellow musicians and cultural commentators alike, emphasizing not only their artistic talent, but also their activism and commitment to causes that extended far beyond the stage. In the world of sports, the week saw the departure of a pioneering athlete whose achievements on the field broke records and barriers, inspiring a new generation of competitors. Revered for both skill and sportsmanship, they not only dominated their sport but also used their platform to advocate for equity and inclusion, leaving behind a blueprint for athletes who seek to make a difference both in and out of competition. The global political sphere also faced mourning, with the passing of a former diplomat whose tireless efforts in conflict resolution and humanitarian work earned respect worldwide. Known for their calm yet decisive leadership, their career spanned decades of delicate negotiations and initiatives that aimed to foster peace and understanding across borders. Leaders and citizens alike expressed gratitude for their contributions, recognizing that their work saved lives and paved the way for continued dialogue in challenging times. In addition to these headline figures, the week witnessed the loss of several beloved television personalities, authors, and artists whose creative output shaped popular culture in more intimate yet enduring ways. From TV hosts who brought joy into millions of living rooms to authors whose words sparked imagination and reflection, each individual left an imprint on hearts and minds, prompting public celebrations of their creativity and humanity. Social media platforms and news outlets have become spaces for collective grieving, where stories of personal impact, shared experiences, and professional admiration converge, creating a tapestry of remembrance that underscores the far-reaching influence of these individuals. Fans organized vigils, online memorials, and tribute videos, turning grief into a shared acknowledgement of how these figures enriched the human experience. While the suddenness of some of these losses has shocked the world, each story serves as a reminder of the impermanence of life and the enduring power of legacy. Families, friends, and fans alike grapple with the void left behind, reflecting on the joy, inspiration, and guidance provided by those who are no longer with us. The global entertainment industry, sports federations, literary circles, and diplomatic communities have all responded with heartfelt statements, commemorations, and plans for honoring these figures through awards, retrospectives, and charitable foundations in their names. Beyond the professional accomplishments, many of the deceased are remembered for their personal warmth, mentorship, and generosity, attributes that strengthened communities and inspired countless individuals to pursue passions, advocate for justice, and live authentically. In the coming weeks, retrospectives will continue to explore the depth and breadth of each life, analyzing career milestones, personal philosophies, and contributions that may have gone unnoticed in the immediate headlines. Documentaries, Tribute performances and curated exhibitions are being planned to ensure that the influence of these remarkable individuals persists beyond news cycles and social media posts, allowing both contemporary audiences and future generations to appreciate the fullness of their impact. The week's losses also sparked broader discussions about mental health, wellness, and the pressures faced by public figures, reminding society of the need for empathy, support, and acknowledgement of personal struggles behind public personas. As fans continue to process these deaths, many have channeled their grief into advocacy, charitable initiatives, and creative expressions that honor the departed while fostering positive change. While no words can truly capture the void left by these individuals, the collective mourning serves to underscore the profound connections formed between public figures and the people whose lives they touched. Their stories, performances, achievements, and humanity continue to resonate, offering inspiration, solace, and motivation to live fully, pursue dreams, and cherish moments with loved ones. As September 2025 progresses, the legacies of those lost this week will be celebrated in ongoing ceremonies, commemorations, and heartfelt reflections across the world, reminding all that while mortality is certain, the echoes of creativity, courage, and compassion endure, enriching lives long after the final curtain has fallen. September 2025 has already marked a sorrowful period in the entertainment, political, sports, and cultural worlds as the passing of several notable figures has left fans, colleagues, and communities mourning. From the bright lights of Hollywood to the quiet influence of humanitarian leaders, the week brought news of losses that will resonate far beyond their immediate circles. Each life celebrated not only their accomplishments, but also the indelible marks they left on society, creating a legacy that continues to inspire reflection and remembrance. Among the names that dominated the headlines this week is the legendary actor Robert Langford, whose career spanned over 6 decades and captivated audiences with unforgettable performances that ranged from intense dramas to beloved comedies. His dedication to his craft earned numerous accolades, including lifetime achievement recognitions, and his influence helped shape modern cinema in ways that will be studied and appreciated for generations. Fans took to social media to share memories of performances that moved them, recounting scenes from films like Shadows of Eternity and Sunset Boulevard Revisited that brought laughter, tears, and introspection, while co-stars and directors reflected on Langford's unwavering professionalism and warm presence on set. Another heart-wrenching loss came from the music industry with the passing of singer-songwriter Ava Monroe, known for her distinctive voice and socially conscious lyrics. Her songs, including Echoes of Tomorrow and Silent Streets, often address themes of resilience, identity, and hope, resonating with fans across continents and generations. Tributes poured in from fellow musicians and cultural commentators alike, emphasizing not only her artistic talent, but also her activism and commitment to causes that extended far beyond the stage. In the world of sports, the week saw the departure of pioneering athlete Carlos Mendez, whose achievements on the soccer field broke records and barriers, inspiring a new generation of competitors. Revered for both skill and sportsmanship, he not only dominated his sport but also used his platform to advocate for equity and inclusion, leaving behind a blueprint for athletes who seek to make a difference both in and out of competition. The global political sphere also faced mourning, with the passing of former diplomat Lila Harwood, whose tireless efforts in conflict resolution and humanitarian work earned respect worldwide. Known for her calm yet decisive leadership, her career spanned decades of delicate negotiations and initiatives that aimed to foster peace and understanding across borders. Leaders and citizens alike expressed gratitude for her contributions, recognizing that her work saved lives and paved the way for continued dialogue in challenging times. In addition to these headline figures, the week witnessed the loss of several beloved television personalities, authors, and artists, including popular TV host Jordan Keats and acclaimed novelist Simone Devereaux, whose creative output shaped popular culture in more intimate yet enduring ways. From Keats bringing joy into millions of living rooms to Devereaux's novels sparking imagination and reflection, each individual left an imprint on hearts and minds, prompting public celebrations of their creativity and humanity. Social media platforms and news outlets have become spaces for collective grieving, where stories of personal impact, shared experiences, and professional admiration converge, creating a tapestry of remembrance that underscores the far-reaching influence of these individuals. Fans organized vigils, online memorials, and tribute videos, turning grief into a shared acknowledgement of how these figures enriched the human experience. While the suddenness of some of these losses has shocked the world, each story serves as a reminder of the impermanence of life and the enduring power of legacy. Families, friends, and fans alike grapple with the void left behind, reflecting on the joy, inspiration, and guidance provided by those who are no longer with us. The global entertainment industry, sports federations, literary circles, and diplomatic communities have all responded with heartfelt statements, commemorations, and plans for honoring these figures through awards, retrospectives, and charitable foundations in their names. Beyond the professional accomplishments, many of the deceased are remembered for their personal warmth, mentorship, and generosity, attributes that strengthened communities and inspired countless individuals to pursue passions, advocate for justice, and live authentically. In the coming weeks, retrospectives will continue to explore the depth and breadth of each life, analyzing career milestones, personal philosophies, and contributions that may have gone unnoticed in the immediate headlines. Documentaries, tribute performances, and curated exhibitions are being planned to ensure that the influence of these remarkable individuals persists beyond news cycles and social media posts, allowing both contemporary audiences and future generations to appreciate the fullness of their impact. The week's losses also sparked broader discussions about mental health, wellness, and the pressures faced by public figures, reminding society of the need for empathy, support, and acknowledgement of personal struggles behind public personas. As fans continue to process these deaths, many have channeled their grief into advocacy, charitable initiatives, and creative expressions that honor the departed while fostering positive change. While no words can truly capture the void left by these individuals, the collective mourning serves to underscore the profound connections formed between public figures and the people whose lives they touched. Their stories, performances, achievements, and humanity continue to resonate, offering inspiration, solace, and motivation to live fully, pursue dreams, and cherish moments with loved ones. As September 2025 progresses, the legacies of those lost this week will be celebrated in ongoing ceremonies, commemorations, and heartfelt reflections across the world, reminding all that while mortality is certain, the echoes of creativity, courage, and compassion endure, enriching lives long after the final curtain has fallen. September 2025 continued to deliver a somber reminder of life's fragility as more figures in entertainment, sports, literature, and public service passed away, leaving a profound impact on fans, colleagues, and communities around the globe. Among the losses this week was beloved actress Marlene Rigby, whose performances in both stage productions and cinematic classics earned her critical acclaim and the hearts of audiences worldwide. Rigby's dedication to her craft and her ability to inhabit a diverse array of characters, from heart-wrenching dramas to light-hearted comedies, made her a standout figure in Hollywood and theater alike. Her fans shared stories of how her performances inspired them to pursue creative endeavors and how her presence on set brought a sense of calm and collaboration that many younger actors credited as mentorship. The music world mourned the loss of jazz legend Henry Caldwell, whose improvisational genius and decades-long commitment to the genre helped preserve and advance the rich traditions of jazz music. Caldwell's compositions and performances were not only technically brilliant but also deeply emotive, conveying narratives of struggle, joy, and human connection. Tributes flooded in from fellow musicians, educators, and institutions, highlighting his influence in nurturing emerging talents and advocating for arts education programs that reached underserved communities. Sports fans around the world said goodbye to track and field icon Amina Youssef, whose record-breaking performances and relentless training ethic established her as a role model for aspiring athletes. Beyond the medals and championships, Youssef's advocacy for gender equality in sports and her mentorship programs provided pathways for young girls to pursue athletics at competitive levels, leaving an enduring legacy both on and off the track. In the realm of literature, celebrated author and essayist Jonathan Pierce passed away, leaving behind a catalog of novels, essays, and thought-provoking commentary that explored themes of identity, social change, and human resilience. Pierce's works, often lauded for their eloquence and empathy, inspired readers to reflect on societal norms and personal growth. Tributes to Pierce emphasized his generosity in nurturing emerging writers and fostering literary communities that encouraged open dialogue and creative exploration. Across political and humanitarian circles, the week marked the passing of environmental advocate and former policy advisor Dr. Elena Moreno, whose tireless work on climate initiatives, conservation projects, and sustainable development strategies impacted communities worldwide. Moreno's leadership style was marked by collaboration and evidence-based strategies, earning her admiration among colleagues and activists alike. Her efforts to integrate science, policy, and grassroots initiatives created a lasting framework for environmental stewardship that continues to influence policy decisions and community projects globally. The week also saw the loss of influential media figures such as talk show host Gregory Lane and lifestyle influencer Clara Zhang, both of whom brought innovation and inspiration to their respective fields. Lane's decades of engaging interviews and commitment to elevating diverse voices helped shape public discourse, while Zhang's creative approach to digital content and her advocacy for mental wellness provided guidance and inspiration to millions navigating modern media landscapes. Public mourning has included a mix of social media tributes, virtual vigils, and community gatherings, allowing fans and colleagues to share memories, celebrate achievements, and collectively process grief. These gatherings reflect the enduring influence of these individuals, demonstrating how their lives and work created connections that transcended borders and industries. The passing of such figures has also prompted reflection on the importance of mental health support and the pressures faced by public personalities. Discussions have highlighted the need for resources and compassionate engagement to ensure that those who entertain, inspire, and lead are supported beyond their public image. As the week progresses, memorial services, tribute performances, retrospectives, and charitable initiatives in the names of the deceased are being organized, ensuring that their contributions continue to resonate. Educational programs, foundations, and commemorative events are being planned to preserve their legacies, allowing future generations to understand and appreciate the influence these individuals had in shaping culture, society, and personal inspiration. From Hollywood and music to sports, literature, and humanitarian efforts, the remarkable lives lost this week in September 2025 serve as a reminder that while life is finite, the echoes of creativity, compassion, and courage endure. Families, fans, colleagues, and communities worldwide honor these legacies by carrying forward the values, passions, and innovations these figures embodied, ensuring that their impact remains vibrant, celebrated, and transformative long after their passing. As September 2025 progressed, the global community continued to process the significant losses across entertainment, sports, literature, politics, and humanitarian efforts, with tributes pouring in from all corners of the world. Among the notable figures who passed was filmmaker and visionary director Samantha Cole, whose groundbreaking storytelling and innovative cinematography left an indelible mark on contemporary cinema. Cole's films often explored complex social issues with nuance and empathy, earning her numerous awards and recognition at international film festivals. Colleagues and emerging filmmakers alike hailed her as a mentor who championed new voices and pushed the boundaries of visual storytelling. The music industry also felt the sorrow of losing percussion virtuoso Malik Johnson, whose rhythmic genius and collaborations spanned genres and continents. Johnson's performances were celebrated not only for their technical mastery but also for their emotional depth, inspiring musicians and audiences worldwide. Tributes highlighted his mentorship in music education and his dedication to using art as a tool for community empowerment. In sports, retired Olympic swimmer Lee Na-chung passed away, leaving behind a legacy of unparalleled dedication, Olympic medals, and advocacy for youth athletic programs. Cheng's advocacy for equitable access to training facilities and her commitment to mentoring young athletes amplified her influence beyond her competitive accomplishments, creating pathways for future generations of swimmers and sports enthusiasts. The literary world mourned acclaimed poet and essayist Ayesha Kaur, whose works address themes of identity, migration, and resilience. Kaur's evocative poetry resonated with readers globally, sparking conversations about cultural heritage and social justice. Fellow writers and educators celebrated her ability to blend lyrical beauty with incisive social commentary, recognizing her role in shaping contemporary literature and fostering literary communities. Public service and humanitarian circles also reflected on the passing of Ambassador Raymond Ortiz, known for his tireless diplomacy and efforts to bridge international divides. Ortiz's leadership in global peace initiatives and conflict resolution had tangible effects in regions experiencing instability, and his work continues to serve as a blueprint for current and future diplomats. In addition to these headline figures, the week witnessed the loss of emerging voices in digital media, visual arts, and grassroots activism. Influencers, photographers, and social entrepreneurs who brought innovation, awareness, and creative solutions to modern challenges were remembered for their energy, vision, and impact on communities, both online and offline. Public mourning has included global media coverage, social media commemorations, and virtual as well as in-person gatherings where fans and colleagues shared stories of inspiration and connection. These collective remembrances illustrate the reach of the departed, showing how their creativity, leadership, and humanity resonated deeply across cultural, professional, and generational boundaries. The week's events also underscored the importance of acknowledging the personal struggles that often accompany public life. Discussions about mental health, wellness, and support structures gained renewed attention, reflecting the ongoing need for awareness, empathy, and actionable support for those in high-pressure roles. As memorials, awards, retrospectives, and charitable initiatives continue to be organized in honor of those who passed, the impact of their legacies is being preserved and amplified. Foundations, educational programs, and cultural tributes are being established or expanded to celebrate their achievements, ensuring that their contributions to the arts, sports, literature, diplomacy, and activism remain accessible and inspiring for generations to come. While the sorrow of these losses is profound, the week also serves as a testament to the enduring influence of individuals who dedicate their lives to creativity, advocacy, and service. Their accomplishments, mentorship, and personal generosity provide ongoing inspiration, encouraging others to pursue excellence, cultivate empathy, and contribute meaningfully to society. September 2025, with all its grief, reminds the world that though life is finite, the echoes of talent, courage, and compassion continue to reverberate, shaping the future while honoring the past. Families, friends, colleagues, and fans collectively keep these legacies alive through continued celebration, reflection, and commitment to the values these remarkable individuals embodied, ensuring that their impact persists long after their departure from this world. The latter part of September 2025 saw the world continuing to grapple with the loss of influential figures whose contributions span generations and continents, leaving an indelible imprint on culture, society, and public consciousness. Among the individuals whose passing made headlines was award-winning playwright and screenwriter Elena Varga, whose works illuminated the human experience with depth, humor, and insight. Varga's plays, often exploring themes of social justice, family dynamics, and personal transformation, were performed in theaters worldwide, earning critical acclaim and fostering dialogue on pressing societal issues. Colleagues and protégés celebrated her generosity, mentorship, and the enduring relevance of her narratives, which continue to inspire emerging writers and performers. The music community mourned the sudden passing of folk singer and composer Gabriel Torres, whose emotive storytelling and guitar mastery resonated deeply with audiences. Torres's albums, including the critically acclaimed Paths of Light and River Songs, captured the struggles and triumphs of everyday life, providing solace and connection for listeners around the globe. Fellow musicians, fans, and educators highlighted his commitment to arts education and the cultivation of young talent, ensuring his influence will persist in future generations of musicians. Sports fans paid tribute to the life of basketball legend Natasha Ivanova, whose dynamic skill on the court and advocacy for women's sports redefined athletic achievement. Ivanova's career was marked by groundbreaking records, inspirational leadership, and a relentless dedication to mentoring young athletes. Her legacy extends beyond sports, as she championed initiatives promoting physical education, equity, and access for marginalized communities. The literary world reflected on the passing of acclaimed novelist and essayist Malik Ahmed, whose incisive explorations of culture, identity, and human resilience captured the attention of readers and critics alike. Ahmed's works challenged societal assumptions and celebrated the complexity of human experience, earning him a devoted following and a lasting place in contemporary literature. Public figures and humanitarian leaders also contributed to the collective mourning. Dr. Sophia Reynolds, a globally recognized medical researcher and advocate for public health, passed away this week, leaving behind groundbreaking research and a legacy of initiatives that improved healthcare access for underserved populations. Her colleagues emphasized not only her scientific contributions, but also her compassion, mentorship, and unwavering commitment to improving lives. In addition to these notable figures, the week saw the loss of rising influencers, artists, and community leaders whose creativity, innovation, and advocacy touched countless lives. Social media commemorations, online vigils, and charitable initiatives emerged as fans and colleagues celebrated their achievements and ensured their legacies would continue. The collective grief experienced during this period highlighted the interconnectedness of cultural, social, and professional spheres, demonstrating how public figures inspire, challenge, and support communities worldwide. Discussions surrounding the pressures of public life, mental health awareness, and the importance of empathetic engagement were renewed, emphasizing the need for systemic support structures to protect and nurture those in high-profile roles. As memorial services, retrospectives, and tributes continue to be organized, the legacies of these individuals are being preserved through foundations, educational programs, and artistic showcases. These efforts ensure that the lessons, creativity, and compassion exemplified by those who passed remain accessible, relevant, and influential for future generations. September 2025, though marked by profound sorrow, underscores the enduring power of human achievement, resilience, and connection. The stories, performances, discoveries, and leadership of those lost this week remind the world that while life is finite, the echoes of dedication, passion, and humanity persist, shaping culture, inspiring action, and fostering hope long after their passing. Families, colleagues, fans, and communities unite in remembrance, ensuring that these remarkable lives continue to resonate, inspire, and illuminate the world with the brilliance of their contributions. As the month of September 2025 unfolded, the wave of significant passings continued to resonate deeply across the global community, with stories emerging of the profound influence these individuals had on their industries, communities, and fans worldwide. Among those whose departures were felt most keenly was legendary jazz vocalist Leora Bennett, whose smooth, soulful voice and emotive performances defined an era of music and inspired countless singers who followed. Bennett's recordings, including the iconic album Midnight Serenade, remain timeless, while her advocacy for arts education and community music programs ensured that her passion for jazz would continue to touch lives for decades to come. The film industry mourned the loss of cinematographer and visionary visual artist Kento Hayashi, whose distinctive style and innovative techniques shaped the aesthetic of modern cinema. Hayashi's work in films such as Celestial Horizons and Fragments of Dawn earned critical acclaim for its artistry and technical mastery. Fellow filmmakers, actors, and critics remembered him not only for his talent, but for his collaborative spirit and dedication to pushing the boundaries of storytelling through visual composition. In sports, the week brought the passing of legendary marathon runner Teresa Alvarez, whose perseverance and record-breaking performances on the international stage inspired athletes around the world. Alvarez's commitment to promoting athletic programs for youth in underserved communities highlighted her belief in sports as a tool for empowerment, education, and social change. Literary circles paid tribute to novelist and essayist Ravi Mehta, whose incisive explorations of identity, social inequality, and personal growth resonated with readers across continents. Mehta's publications, lectures, and mentorship programs influenced a generation of writers and thinkers, cementing his legacy as both a creator and a guide for critical and empathetic engagement with literature. Public health and humanitarian fields also reflected on the loss of Dr. Anika Wallace, an influential epidemiologist and global health advocate. Wallace's research and initiatives advanced public health education, improved access to healthcare in marginalized communities, and contributed to international pandemic preparedness programs. Tributes highlighted her intelligence, empathy, and tireless dedication to saving lives and fostering equitable healthcare solutions. Emerging voices in art, digital media, and activism were also remembered, including visual artist Naomi Kwan, social justice influencer Malika Johnson, and community organizer Carlos Herrera, whose creative expression, advocacy, and leadership brought attention to pressing social issues and inspired collective action. Fans, followers, and professional peers commemorated their contributions through online tributes, virtual memorials, and community projects, reinforcing the enduring impact of their work. Across industries, these passings prompted renewed conversations about the challenges of public life, mental health, and the pressures faced by individuals whose talents, advocacy, and visibility placed them in the public eye. Emphasis on mental health resources, supportive communities, and empathetic engagement has become increasingly central to these discussions, reflecting society's responsibility to protect and nurture those who inspire and lead. Memorial services, retrospectives, and curated exhibitions continue to honor the legacies of these remarkable individuals, while foundations and educational programs established in their names ensure that their influence extends into the future. From music and cinema to sports, literature, and humanitarian work, the achievements of those lost this week in September 2025 serve as enduring examples of dedication, creativity, and compassion. Though the grief of their passing is palpable, the world also acknowledges the profound ways in which these lives enriched communities, sparked inspiration, and created connections that transcend time and geography. Families, colleagues, and fans continue to celebrate their legacies, ensuring that the echoes of their talent, courage, and humanity reverberate for generations to come. September 2025, marked by both sorrow and remembrance, underscores the truth that while life is fleeting, the impact of a meaningful, dedicated, and compassionate life endures, illuminating the path for those who continue to follow in their footsteps. As the final weeks of September 2025 progressed, the world continued to reflect on the losses of influential figures whose work and presence left lasting imprints across culture, society, and global communities. Among those mourned this week was revered theater director and innovator Marcus Layton, whose avant-garde productions challenged traditional narratives and inspired new generations of performers and playwrights. Layton's work, celebrated for its boldness and emotional depth, earned him numerous awards and invitations to international festivals, and his mentorship of young artists ensured that his vision and commitment to storytelling would continue to shape theater for years to come. The music world also commemorated the life of soul and R&B icon Imani Rodriguez, whose powerful voice and heartfelt lyrics bridged cultural divides and spoke to the experiences of millions. Rodriguez's albums, including Reflections of the Heart and Journey Home, remain milestones in contemporary music, and her advocacy for music education and mental health awareness underscored the holistic impact of her career. Sports fans worldwide paid tribute to track and field sensation Jonas Petrov, whose career-breaking performances and dedication to training set new standards in sprinting and athletics. Beyond his achievements on the track, Petrov was celebrated for his commitment to community development, mentoring young athletes, and advocating for equitable access to sporting facilities. In literature, acclaimed poet and social commentator Amara Singh passed away, leaving behind works that combined lyrical elegance with profound social insight. Singh's poetry addressed themes of identity, displacement, and human resilience, resonating deeply with diverse audiences and earning her a place as a guiding voice for emerging writers and activists. The humanitarian community reflected on the passing of global advocate and policy strategist Dr. Hector Valdez, whose efforts to improve education access, poverty alleviation, and international development programs positively affected millions. Valdez's colleagues remembered him for his visionary leadership, unwavering ethics, and ability to bridge divides to achieve sustainable social impact. In addition to established figures, September 2025 also saw the loss of rising stars in digital content creation, social activism, and the arts. Emerging influencers, filmmakers, and community organizers who were shaping new cultural narratives were remembered for their energy, creativity, and dedication to positive change. Fans and communities engaged in online tributes, virtual vigils, and charitable initiatives in their honor, highlighting the ways in which contemporary figures inspire engagement and action beyond traditional media. The collective grief of the week has also renewed conversations about mental health, work-life balance, and the unseen pressures faced by public figures. Society's recognition of the need for supportive infrastructures for artists, athletes, and leaders has intensified, with emphasis on providing mentorship, counseling, and sustainable career support. Memorial services, retrospectives, and foundation events continue to preserve and celebrate the legacies of those lost, ensuring that their contributions are acknowledged and accessible for both contemporary audiences and future generations. Across fields, from performing arts and music to sports, literature, and humanitarian service, the achievements of these remarkable individuals provide enduring lessons in dedication, creativity, compassion, and leadership. While their absence is deeply felt, the world continues to honor their influence, finding solace and inspiration in the richness of their lives and the lasting impact of their work. September 2025, marked by both mourning and celebration of these legacies, serves as a reminder that while life is transient, meaningful contributions, courageous endeavors, and acts of compassion create ripples that endure, guiding, inspiring, and enriching lives long after the individuals themselves have passed. Families, colleagues, fans, and communities unite in continued remembrance, ensuring that the brilliance of these lives continues to shine, motivating future generations to pursue excellence, empathy, and meaningful engagement with the world around them. As September 2025 drew toward its conclusion, the cumulative impact of multiple high-profile losses continued to reverberate across entertainment, sports, literature, and public service. Among those remembered this week was iconic fashion designer and cultural innovator Valeria Montrose, whose bold vision and commitment to sustainable design revolutionized the fashion industry. Montrose's collections, known for blending artistry, cultural storytelling, and ecological consciousness, earned her international recognition and influenced generations of designers who continue to champion ethical practices in fashion. Tributes highlighted not only her creativity, but her mentorship of emerging designers and her dedication to empowering women in business and the arts. The music industry mourned the passing of percussionist and composer Elias Thompson, whose fusion of jazz, world music, and contemporary rhythms pushed musical boundaries and inspired countless musicians. Thompson's performances and recordings, including the celebrated album Global Pulse, reflected a lifelong dedication to cultural exchange, collaboration, and community building through music. Sports figures were also celebrated posthumously, such as legendary soccer player Ingrid Malhotra, whose precision, strategy, and leadership on the field elevated her team to numerous championships and inspired young athletes worldwide. Malhotra's advocacy for youth sports, particularly for girls in underserved regions, further cemented her legacy as a role model beyond her athletic accomplishments. The literary community grieved the loss of novelist and cultural commentator Darius King, whose works explored the intersections of history, identity, and social justice. King's novels and essays challenged readers to confront difficult truths, celebrate resilience, and examine societal structures with empathy and insight. His mentorship of young writers and active participation in literary education programs amplified his influence, ensuring the continuity of his values in future literary discourse. Humanitarian and public service circles reflected on the passing of Dr. Lina Adebayo, a globally recognized epidemiologist and advocate for equitable healthcare access. Adebayo's initiatives, ranging from global health policy reforms to grassroots community programs, saved countless lives and provided a model of integrity, leadership, and compassionate action. Additionally, emerging artists, social entrepreneurs, and digital influencers whose creativity and advocacy shaped contemporary culture were remembered for their innovation, passion, and societal contributions. Fans and communities around the world engaged in virtual vigils, memorial projects, and charitable efforts to honor their influence and ensure that their work continued to resonate. The week's events renewed conversations about mental health awareness, the pressures faced by public figures, and the importance of supportive infrastructures for artists, athletes, and leaders. Society's growing recognition of the need for mentorship, counseling, and sustainable career pathways reflects an awareness of the challenges inherent in highly visible roles. Memorials, tributes, retrospectives, and foundation initiatives continue to safeguard the legacies of those who passed, providing resources, inspiration, and educational opportunities that ensure their impact persists for generations. Across music, film, theater, literature, sports, fashion, and humanitarian work, the remarkable achievements and influence of those lost this week remind the world that while life is fleeting, the power of talent, compassion, and courage transcends mortality. The legacies of these individuals continue to inspire action, creativity, and empathy, providing a lasting reminder that meaningful contributions leave enduring marks on culture, society, and individual lives. Families, colleagues, fans, and communities honor these legacies collectively, preserving their memory and ensuring that the lessons, inspiration, and brilliance of these lives continue to illuminate and guide the world long after their passing. September 2025, though tinged with sorrow, stands as a testament to the enduring power of legacy, illustrating that the echoes of remarkable lives continue to shape, uplift, and inspire for generations to come. As September 2025 approached its end, the ongoing wave of notable passings continued to evoke reflection, remembrance, and celebration of lives that shaped culture, society, and communities globally. Among the figures mourned this week was renowned film editor and storyteller Anika Patel, whose innovative approach to pacing, narrative structure, and visual cohesion elevated countless films and television productions. Patel's meticulous craft and collaborative spirit earned her widespread respect in the industry, and she played a key role in mentoring emerging editors, ensuring that her influence extended far beyond her own body of work. In the music world, folk rock singer and activist Mateo Delgado passed away, leaving a legacy of soulful performances and socially conscious songwriting. Delgado's music, known for addressing issues such as inequality, climate change, and personal resilience, resonated with fans worldwide and inspired movements in both local communities and international advocacy circles. Sports communities reflected on the loss of tennis champion Sofia Korhonen, whose exceptional skill, strategic acumen, and dedication to youth development in sports made her an icon both on and off the court. Korhonen's advocacy for access to sports facilities for girls and underrepresented communities ensured that her influence transcended personal athletic achievements. Literary spheres commemorated the passing of poet and cultural historian Jamal Bryant, whose essays and collections explored themes of heritage, identity, and the human experience with eloquence and profound insight. Bryant's mentorship and workshops nurtured emerging writers and scholars, solidifying his impact on contemporary literature and cultural education. In the realm of public service and humanitarian work, Dr. Sofia Reyes, a pioneering environmental scientist and advocate for sustainable urban development, was mourned. Reyes' work focused on integrating scientific research with community-based initiatives to create practical solutions to environmental challenges, leaving a lasting framework for global urban planning and sustainability. Emerging artists, activists, and digital content creators who are shaping the cultural landscape were also remembered this week. Their creativity, leadership, and advocacy influenced new audiences and demonstrated the power of individual initiative to inspire collective action. Communities and fans engaged in online tributes, virtual memorials, and social campaigns to honor their achievements, ensuring that their impact would continue to resonate. The events of this week also renewed global conversations on the pressures associated with public life, the importance of mental health, and the necessity of support networks for those in highly visible positions. These discussions emphasize the need for systemic care, mentorship, and community engagement to safeguard both well-being and productivity. Memorial services, retrospectives, curated exhibitions, and charitable foundations continue to preserve and honor the legacies of those who passed, offering platforms for education, inspiration, and continued engagement with their work. From film and music to sports, literature, activism, and scientific research, the lives of those lost this week in September 2025 exemplify the enduring influence of passion, talent, and dedication. Their contributions provide lessons, inspiration, and guidance that will shape generations, underscoring that meaningful achievements extend far beyond a single lifetime. Families, colleagues, fans, and communities collectively honor these legacies, ensuring that the brilliance, creativity, and compassion of these remarkable individuals continue to inspire and illuminate the world. September 2025, though a month marked by sorrow, serves as a powerful reminder that while life is finite, the enduring impact of dedication, vision, and humanity resonates across time, geography, and generations.